What's up, vapors? Thanks for checking out Daily Vape TV. My name is Nick, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Wismec P80. Look at how cute this thing is. It's absolutely adorable. This is the Wismec made, sinuous designed P80 mod, basically the mini Predator. So yeah, it's a great single 18650 80-watt device, pretty much a perfect starter kit for anyone that's looking to get into vaping, and it's very inexpensive as well. So what more could you ask for? So before we get into this video, I do have to state my intent by saying that I did receive this product for free from the manufacturer for the purpose of doing this video. However, it has no monetary value to me, which means my opinions on it will remain honest and unbiased, of course, as always. With that being said, I would like to give a huge shout out and thank you to the people over at Wismec for sending this my way for the purpose of taking a look at it for this review here. So thanks, Wismec. I really do appreciate it. So taking a quick look online, it looks like there's 5 colors available for this device. You have a black, gold, red, blue, and silver model available, and the price is $47.95, which is a steal, and that is for the kit. That's not just the mod, that is with the Elabo mini tank as well, and I think that is a very fair price in my opinion. So with that, you know, the colors, yeah, kind of standard, kind of boring, no splatter paint, no neochrome, or, you know, nothing fun like that, no hot pink or purple or anything, but I think for a basic, quick and easy kind of down and dirty starter kit, this thing is great. So with that being said, I will leave links down there in the description if you guys want to pick one of these things up, but without further ado, let's go down to the close-up view and take a better look at it. Alright guys, so here we have the P80 in its original box, so let's quickly take a look around the packaging and then we'll talk about what's inside. So, first and foremost, Sinuous P80 and Wismec have this nice little silver emboss, which is kind of nice. Has a picture of the mod with a cool little design here. That's pretty cool. Sample not for sale. We have Sinuous P80 on this side, Sinuous P80 on this side, and on the bottom we have their Wismec logo. Again, nice little silver emboss. And on the top, the Wismec website, so make sure you check out the Wismec website. On the back, pretty standard stuff. You have a UPC, you have a little QR code, scratch-off authentication thing, color indication, what comes in the box, and a few little company information. Company information right there. So there we go. Let's take off the top cover real quick. Set that aside. Here we have the P80 itself. So we'll just take that, put that aside for right now. Here we have a little battery warning card. Please be careful not to use batteries with torn casings as it is a safety hazard. And in the bottom of the box you have all of your parts and accessories. So you have your best friend here, micro USB cable. Never know when you're going to need one of those. We have a spare coil for the tank. There you go. We have the mini Elabo tank itself. We'll talk about that in detail in just a second here. We have the Elabo mini user manual. Pretty wordy, but there's plenty of graphics to go around in a million different languages, of course. And then we have the, oh, that's the Elabo Mini. Okay, yeah, so this is the Sinuous P80 user manual, so a little bit more intricate and a few more little graphs and stuff like that. Only a few pages per language, so, you know, not too bad as far as the wordage goes, but there you go. That's what's in the box. So here's the device itself. Let's quickly go over some of the specs here. It uses a single high amp 18650 battery, which is of course not included. The wattage range is 1 to 80 watts. The minimum resistance is 0.05, and I'm pretty sure that means it's in temp control mode, but it doesn't really specify here. The temperature control range is 200 to 600 degrees Fahrenheit. It uses nickel titanium 316 for temp control. It also has TCR. Ergonomic contour, modern design, stealth firing bar, squeeze to fire. It has a LED battery light indicator, and it has intuitive 0.96-inch OLED screen, slide to open hinged battery door at the bottom here, dual circuit protection, reverse battery polarity protection, micro USB port for firmware updates and charging, centered 510 connection, which I guess a lot of people were complaining about the Predator having kind of a offset 510 connection, so they kind of fixed that on this one here. and fits up to 25 millimeter atomizers. All right, so let's quickly go over some of the functions here. Let's just pop a battery in just like that. Pretty simple stuff there. And it automatically comes on. Now, it's going to be a little bit difficult to see this screen, and just kind of think of this like it's direct daylight. Yeah, you could barely see that screen because it's under that black piece of plastic there. With that being said, to turn this device on and off, just 5 clicks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's off, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it turns on. To get into the menu to change the functions, 3 clicks, 1, 2, 3, and the light little up here, the VW starts blinking. You can change that to temp control, TCR, bypass, all that good stuff, memory if you wanted to, but I'm just going to leave it on variable wattage for right now. Click and hold the fire button with the down button. After a couple of seconds, you get the color options for the LED. You can just change that with the down arrow. Your options are green, yellow, red, or off. Yeah, we're just going to leave it on for right now. Click in that fire button and you're back to the menu. In that same exact menu, click and hold that again. You can also select the logo on and off. I'm just going to leave it on for right now. Click and hold the power button with the down button, and you go into stealth mode. So now the screen doesn't show up and the light doesn't come on when you fire it, and just doing that again will reverse that process. When you hit both the up and down buttons at the same time here, that is a key lock function. So let's just bring that back up. Key unlock. Okay, so I had the key lock on. Key lock, there we go. So up and down is your key lock. Other than that, pretty simple firing operation. Just kind of like it says, squeeze the device to fire it. This whole thing is the firing bar. Power up and down is just these 2 buttons here. And that's it. That's pretty much all you have to know about the functions of the P80. So here is the Elabo mini sub-tank that comes with this thing. First of all, it's 22 millimeters in diameter. It has a 2 mil juice capacity. They use stainless steel and Pyrex for its construction. It uses the same coils as the original Elabo tank, but it comes with the 0.2 ohm WS01 triple heads rated at 40 to 80 watts. Those are the threaded ones and not the threadless ones. It has convenient sliding top fill method, so you basically just pop out that drip tip, slide it open like that, and then boom, fill it up with juice, and it's closed up, good to go. And that is what they also consider the child-proof lock, which it's kind of on the edge of child-proof if you ask me. Dual airflow at the bottom here, as you can see, and it is fully adjustable, of course, and it locks fully closed and fully open. Has that nice little stopper thing in there. Of course, it's dualed on the other side. Wide bore tip, yeah, it's just a regular 510 if you ask me. It is fully, detachable, so you can take this thing all apart and clean it if you so wish. And it has a 510 connection at the bottom. Pretty standard stuff if you ask me. So real quick, I just wanted to give you guys a size comparison versus the original Predator. And as you can see here, the mod itself is only about, I'd say 5 or 6 centimeters shorter, about, quarter inch or so. Overall, the height is about half an inch shorter, which, isn't that much, but I feel like, it takes away a lot of the bulk of the original Predator. Having 1 battery compared to 2, it's a little bit skinnier, and it's a little bit, skinnier here as well. So there you go. I mean, pretty darn close as far as form factor and shape is concerned, but this is basically just the tinier version of the original. So that's really all I have to say about the P80 in this little close-up section here. So let's go back to the main screen, have a quick vape on this thing, and we'll talk about it some more. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the close-up section of the video. Now let's talk about my personal thoughts about this device, some pros, some cons, and whether or not it's worth purchasing. Starting off today with the pros, and my first pro is that it's tiny. Look at this thing. It is absolutely tiddly. It fits all in the palm of your hand, the whole entire kit. And you guys saw me do the size comparison in the close-ups compared to the original Predator. Yeah, it's a lot smaller, it's a lot more kind of slimmed down, and it's going to be great for the pocket. Throw this thing in your pocket, you're on the go, you're running around doing errands and stuff like that, this is a great companion. A nice little powerful companion, a little bit more so than, let's say, like, you know, a V8 stick, or, you know, a little bit more than an AIO or something like that. So as far as that goes, with the same kind of size range, I feel like this is going to be one of the more powerful devices. And my second pro today is that they fixed the 510 issue. Now, that was a big deal when it came to the original Predator, is that the 510, some of them would strip out, and it hasn't happened to mine yet, but, you know, I kind of live in that constant state of fear whenever I'm using it, that thing is just going to strip right out whenever I kind of wrench on my tank or something like that. So it kind of leaves me a little bit leery. However, on this one here, it was as simple as making the top part of the mod go over the top of the actual 510 pin, and that was pretty much it. That was the issue all fixed. So as far as that goes, yeah, that should have been done a long time ago with the original Predator, and luckily they fixed it just in time to get this thing out. So yeah, there you go. My third pro today is that it's sleek and stylish. Yeah, I really like the overall design aesthetic of this thing here. I really like the lines, I like the contours, I like the size, fits really nice in your hand, and I feel like the matching black plastic pieces on the outer side, I mean, yeah, it is plastic, but at the same time, it just gives it that certain look, which kind of makes it look a little bit more like newer technology, if you know what I mean. So with that, yeah, really cool looking, really sleek, really stylish, love it. And my fourth and final pro for this device is that it's easy to use. Now, I feel like this is overlooked in a lot of cases, especially with these kind of single battery, kind of small form factor starter kit devices. This thing is really easy to use. It's easy to change your settings. It's easy to turn it on and off. You just kind of fill the tank, prime the coil, set your wattage, and you're off and vaping. I think it took me about maybe 2 minutes to set up before I had my first puff on this thing. So as far as that's concerned, this thing is going to be great for the beginner vapor, someone that's very new to vaping, someone that's never owned a variable wattage mod before. So as far as that goes, I think that's a win. Alright guys, so it's time to talk about the cons, and my first con is that it has the single 18650 battery mod issue. Now, you've heard me complain time and time again on this channel about single 18650 mods, and this is no different. This takes one 18650 battery, and just by the look of this thing, I first thought there's no way they would just do a single 18650. They better have put a LiPo or something like that inside. Well, I was sadly mistaken when I discovered the little battery hatch at the bottom. So with that, yeah, once you get below about 50% battery life, then you're going to run into a lot of weak battery warnings, especially if you're running it anything over like 45, 50 watts. So yeah, that can definitely be an issue. I've noticed a lot of times though, the performance increases a lot with different batteries. So depending on if I'm running a Samsung 25R, an LG HD2, or a Samsung 30Q, I will have different experiences. I think the worst experience I've had with this thing is probably with the Samsung 25R. So word of warning to anyone that's interested in this device, I would go with something like the 30Q because I feel like it performs the best. I get about down to maybe 20% battery before it starts giving me that warning. My second con for this device is the pointless lights. Yeah, these lights right there, they don't really do anything for me. They don't really contribute anything to the value of the mod or even though the overall look of the mod, considering half the time when you grip this thing, you're going to be covering them up anyways. I feel like they kind of look cheesy almost. I feel like they just kind of tack that on at the last second to give it a little bit more flashy of a look. But to me, yeah, it kind of reminds me of wedding uplighting, if you guys know what I mean there. But with that, yeah, the only thing it's going to do is drain your batteries even further. And yeah, not too impressed with the lights on this thing. I really wish they would have just left that out completely. And my third complaint about this device is the dark screen covering. Now, I mentioned in the pros that I like the matching black plastic pieces on either side of this device, which remains true. However, I feel like they made the fatal mistake when they put the LCD screen behind that smoked plastic. So you're left with this barely legible kind of LCD screen. I mean, in direct sunlight, I really highly doubt you're going to be able to read this thing whatsoever. In my opinion, they should have just moved it out of the way, you know, maybe up here or something on the back panel or something like that where, you know, you would be able to see that screen a little bit brighter and a little bit easier, but now you're left with something where you can barely make make out what power setting you're at. And my fourth con is this thing scratches easily. Now, it has seen hell and back. I've thrown it in my bag a bunch of times. I've taken it with me to events, and, you know, yeah, I'm not too easy on my devices that I'm testing. You know, I try to, you know, put it through its paces and just see if it can stand up to normal wear and tear, my normal daily use. So as far as that's concerned, I've had this thing for about a month now, and I've got quite a few nicks on it. You know, definitely doesn't hold up quite as nicely as some of their older devices. You know, my RX200S, that thing has seen some serious wear and tear, and it's still in really good shape. And my fifth con today is that the tank is a pain in the ass to fill. Now, it does feature the slide open top fill, which is great. It's awesome. I love that, but that's not the issue here. The issue for me is that the metal chimney that surrounds the coil on the inside is a little bit too close to the glass on the outside. So whenever you go to fill this thing, it tends to pool up right next to where you get to fill it, and it just shoots out the top. So kind of reminds me a lot of the Mage GTA by Coil Art, if you guys remember that video. Definitely has an issue when it comes to that. I kind of tend to have to angle this thing about 45 degrees and just fill it super slowly in order to get that tank all the way up to the top. And my sixth and final con for this device is the tank is loud when it's wide open. Now, I usually use tanks wide open nowadays because I like a little bit more wattage, I like a little bit more vapor production, and a little bit more airflow. So when it comes to this tank here, I have a bit of a whistling issue only when it's wide open. So I'll just give you a quick demonstration. Now, I'm not sure if that's coming through the microphone that good, but to me, it sounds like a shrieking devil or something like that. It is absolutely horrifying, but it really goes away the second you kind of close off that airflow ever so slightly. So just one more real quick test. This airflow right now is about 95% open. So this tends to be something that's more of a subjective con, something that I'm going to have an issue with, but a lot of you guys out there aren't going to care about. So with that being said, if you like cutting off your airflow at all, you're not going to have this sort of issue. But if you like rocking your tank wide open, then you might think twice about this one. So with all that being said, would I go out of my way to purchase one of these things if I didn't get this one for review? And my answer would be probably not. Now, for me personally, I kind of go to the two different extremes. Now, when I'm driving, when I'm on the go, I tend to take a pod system or something very small with me. I really don't want to be kind of, you know, bothered with taking along extra bottles of juice, extra batteries, or anything like that. So I usually carry something really tiny with me. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, I have the bigger giant mods, you know, dual 18650, triple 18650 that I use at work or whenever I get to my destination. You know, I'll carry around my little vape bag with me, and that's what I use when I get there. So for me, this thing is kind of useless. I don't really have any use for this style device here, but would I recommend this device? Yes, I would, because it's still a good device, you know, for 47 bucks, I think it was, under $50 online. That is a really good deal for a starter kit for someone that's probably only going to end up using this thing about 35, 45, maybe 50 watts or so. Yeah, I could definitely see a lot of people picking one of these things up, so I would definitely recommend it there. I will be leaving links down there in the description below if you guys want to check one of these things out for yourself. But without further ado, let's announce the winners of my Vape Mat giveaway. So if you've been paying attention to my Facebook page or my Instagram account, then you'll know that I'm celebrating 15,000 subscribers here on YouTube and 5,000 on Instagram. So with that, I decided to do a little giveaway here, and I've got the winners all ready to announce. I've got 5 winners from Facebook, 5 winners from Instagram, and the Facebook winners will receive my Daily Vape TV logo mats, and the Instagram winners will receive the Fresh Build Friday. So with that being said, let's go ahead and announce the Facebook winners. We have Rich McCormick, Robert Cooper, Maria Panda, Scott Smith, and John Busam. So I hope I pronounced your names right. Forgive me if I didn't. I will be getting in contact with you as soon as possible, and we'll get the shipping details all squared away. Now to announce the Instagram winners. So we have on Instagram at Creature, we have at TommyGunn_vapes, we have Tobias Francisco, A Gray 3200 IVK, and Just Jake 15. So those are our Instagram winners. I will be PMing you with all the details of what you need to send me in the very near future. So thank you guys so much for participating in that giveaway. Hope you guys won a mat, and with that being said, there will be a lot more giveaways for those of you that didn't win. So that about does it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more videos just like this. Don't forget to click that notification bell right next to the subscribe button if you want to be alerted whenever I upload videos. Also, leave me some comments in the box below. I'd love to hear your thoughts all about the P80 or anything else you guys want to discuss. Also, make sure you click the advocacy and my social media links right down there in the box below. You can also get yourself a Daily Vape TV t-shirt. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and as always, vape on.